Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the Jersey Crew Fantasy Football Podcast. We are back. Week 12 is done, and now we are on to week 13. Is that no? Week 13 or
Week
week 12 is what we're going into with
two.
3 weeks remaining 12, 13, and 14. So
Yeah.
only 3 weeks to go. Talking some fantasy football once again with Benz. Thank God, because I've been working hard this week. We're coming out a little bit late on Wednesday. So I am ready just to kind of sit back, have fun, and talk some fantasy. And really have not heard from Ben's himself. So interested to see how your weekend was in your fantasy world.
Yeah. I mean, you said it. This is very much needed. A nice late Wednesday night edition. And we're getting so close to the end of the season, and lots kind of changing, and some things are solidifying. The crazy thing is, so I'm 9-2, 9-2. I'm first place in both of those, my Jersey Boys League and the Camp League. I am 8-3 in my other one, and then in this one, right? 8-3 in this one, and then that's what I'm thinking of. We're 7-4,
Yes.
which is crazy. So still feeling really good, and I feel like my 9-2 team is starting to have the slimmer and slimmer chances because
why?
I have Jonathan Taylor.
Okay.
So through the first half of the season, I'm not thinking anything other than I'm putting up crazy points. I am winning all my games. And now I'm like, I don't have a second running back. I don't have a second wide receiver. I'm just relying on these top players.
Yeah.
So a little scared for that one. Otherwise, my two highest, three highest buy-ins are looking really good. So
solid playoff chances for Jersey Crew. You're clinched into the playoffs. We have 3 teams clinched for the 20th anniversary season. Uncle Buck number 1, Giants and Cowboys number 2, and Ben's number 3. How does it feel hearing your name week 12 clinched for the playoffs for a winner take all 20th season?
I mean, I may have been 8-3 once. Like this is really unusual. I don't think there was many years where I was like dominant and not number 1, and then just and still finding a way to like clinch this early. I just don't. I don't know. This is really new for me. Week 12. What a feeling. Now, of course, I could lose every game and still make it. I don't want to do that. But usually it's like fighting and scratching and clawing to get in. Like last year, being 6-8 in 8th place. And number 3, man. This is like crazy and clinched. So the goal now is this, this boxing match between the 3, 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
how we can kind of fight for those buys.
Yeah, the bye week bubble is what I'm calling it. And we're going to talk about that. Between the 3 teams that have clinched playoffs, the bye week bubble is going to be valuable. It's definitely something that is going to be worth fighting for. And then, of course, as always, we have the playoff bubble, which consists of 6th place being under 500. I would have lost a lot of money. I would have bet that would have not happened in this year with the teams that we had, and only 6 teams making the playoffs. And now we have a 6-team under 500 with 3 teams 1 game behind him, which is the champ at 5-6. Then the Godfather Coyotes and Groovy Q. Even Groovy Q is in the mix for this 6th playoff spot bubble, and is going to be obviously very valuable as well. It's winner take all, so it doesn't matter if you come in 1st or 6th. All that matters is that you win. And so before I go over my fantasy week and talk about my team, my question to you real quick is, I'm still somewhat able to make this playoffs, which I didn't think was going to happen even after losing. And I played to champ this week, so that makes it even more likely if I win to continue and take that spot.
Yeah.
Would you, and you can be honest, I can take it. Would you want to face me as number 6, even after another loss? Uncle Buck won last week. I ended up with losing. Would you want to face me in the playoffs if I was able to get that 6th spot?
No.
Yeah.
No, too much is like I said in the beginning, like too much is solidifying for you, and too much is just there's too many variables for me right now. Where my early season work is what got me here, and it's not like I'm doing it terribly. I think I'm pretty.
Yeah,
I have a pretty commanding lead in certain ways here with almost second in points. Right, I'm 12 points behind Joe, so I'm right there. But there's a lot changing, and that second wide receiver, I don't know if anybody's kind of watching my wrong. Second wide receiver is like not feeling super strong there, and it's always changing. And
Okay.
I think you have the opposite. You have the opposite problem. You have a lot of guys that you can play, and I don't know how many question marks you have going into each week. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. I just wanted an honest opinion because I'm like, man, I think my team is so good, but I just keep losing. I just keep losing. I'm like, maybe a team like you would want to face me. And I'm being honest. I mean, I look at my schedule or my roster and I'm like, no way, I wouldn't want to face that, but I keep
No.
losing. So I don't know what to say. This question mark, I don't have any question marks. I agree with you, but this question mark last week was Lamar Jackson, which I would have said was my least question mark of my entire team. Puts up 8 points. I end up losing by 6 or 8. And so an easy 18-point game, a bad game for Lamar, I still win that game. Yep. But he had worse than a bad game. So I guess that's a question mark, but in reality, it's not. So yeah, I agree. I don't think I would want to face my team either. I just wanted to see your perspective. And then a real quick, I know I'm firing off these questions, but real quick, Jersey Crew 20th anniversary trivia. Okay. So just for this season. Now, don't look at any stats. Don't look at any numbers on your screen.
Okay.
And you have one, you can only make one mistake. Okay. You have to name the teams that have more points than Giants and Cowboys.
Name the teams or the number of teams?
The teams, like the actual teams. And you only have one mistake. You can't make two mistakes.
One mistake. Oh, this is great. Okay. Uncle
there's
Buck.
I can tell you there's 4 teams. I can tell you because I won't have you keep going. Uncle Buck, number 1.
4 teams. Okay.
4 teams. Yeah.
Pack Attack. Just kidding. Sorry. Uncle Buck, myself.
Yep. Those are 2.
And a champ.
Yeah, those are 3.
I know that. And then this is between this is crazy. I'm gonna guess it's real quick. It's between Coyotes and Gangrene. And I'm gonna go Gangrene.
I use my manual voice for a drop. Oh, that wasn't the wrong. No, not Gangrene. This is why I did it. And you knew the first 3 right off the bat. Yeah. The 4th one wasn't Gangrene, and it wasn't Coyotes. The Godfather.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say that. Like, I am 4-7, and I have over 34 points more than Giants and Cowboys at 9-2. How is that mathematically possible? I'm 4-7. He's 9-2, and I have more points. I don't get it. See, I don't get it at all.
And this is why I wouldn't want to play you, because of what you're saying right now. Yes, you keep finding a way to lose, but I don't want to be the team where you start finding a way to win. And
oh man,
you should have beaten Sean by 20, which is what your call was. Not to,
I know. It wasn't a great projection. It looked good after the Thursday night. I was like, what?
It looked like you were going to double that, or
what the heck?
20 and a half, like 30. Like, it just looked really strong. And again, I just don't want to be on the wrong side of that. So
yeah. So that was interesting to see. Those 4 teams are top 4, and then Giants and Cowboys, but 9-2 and clinched the playoff spot and fighting for that bye. So we'll definitely talk about Matt as well within the episode. But just wanted to bring that up. I had a good weekend. It wasn't one of my best. I was 4-3. I'm first in 1 league, second in 2, third in 2, and 1 in 4th. So kind of have a little bit of should make playoffs in all of them. And possibly the Godfather at 4-7 somehow wins 2 more games. What do we got? 3 more games. We can still finish 7-7, which is the same reason why the Coyotes and Groovy Q are both still in it as well, because of this weird 6-spot bubble. And he's 5-6. And I'm playing them this weekend. So really big game. I'm thinking about that definitely going into this week. I can take, make it up very quickly. If I'm able to beat them. So we'll see what happens there, but
the door's open. The door's open. Yeah. Like this is really cool. And man, as much as I want you to get into that last spot, wouldn't it be crazy if Q found a way to just sneak into that? Because he was just, I mean, as much as you were losing, your team looked amazing in so many different ways, but he was not feeling it in the first half of the season. He gets Josh Allen, who puts up 50. Did he put up 50 in our league?
He might have. Yeah. Let's go to that game.
50.68. So
yeah.
it's just so cool. And then I think I mentioned it last week or the last 2 weeks, like, not to forget about Coyotes, like the three of you,
yeah.
what a battle we're having there. I know we're going to talk about it more. So,
And the
I'm
Coyotes
excited.
lost, and only had 62 points against Brady Gaga, who was in 11th
Ooh.
place with 168 points. So I have something to talk about on that too. But before we get into that, but good weekend, good in fantasy. Went 4-1 in my pick 5, so almost went
Okay.
back-to-back pots in the
Wow.
pick 5. Went 4-1. So that was good. And then what was the other? Oh, Survivors made it through all 3.
No
There wasn't a lot of
way.
eliminations. So I had out of the 3 leagues, 2 of the leagues had 1 elimination, and then the other had 0 elimination. So no one
Shoot.
really, got eliminated. But all 3 entries are moving through on that side too. So another good week. Still first in DFS season rank. Still first in the pick 5 season rank too. So looking good, having fun, and doing well. Other than The Godfather. And I predicted that as, a joke and to make it funny, but also I really thought that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I really did. And I guess if Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers had a normal game, it probably would have happened. But there was a couple guys that just did not live up to their projections, and we ended up losing by 8 points. So unfortunately, but still, somehow there is a way to make playoffs. Somehow. Along with those other teams too. So pretty interesting. Anything else from the weekend or fantasy before we move into the Jersey Crew?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I got a real quick question, and we don't usually do this type of thing, especially because this is a league not of our own. But we've got Devontae Smith in.
Yeah.
I've got him in one league. We've got him in Diabolical Dart. He's been feeling pretty, like, out of all the hate I gave him early on in this year.
Yeah, true.
He's been feeling pretty good now. Horrible game last game, but didn't so much matter for either of our games. Would you trade him for George Kittle? I'm sorry. Would you trade George Kittle to get him? Because here's what I'm thinking. We're getting really close to the playoffs. I've got a couple leagues clinched. Like, we're starting to feel good now. I would love to root for a lot of the same players as I get deeper into that run. Is George Kittle worth trading away to get Devontae Smith?
I don't have a lot of George Kittle, so he only got back 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And Purdy's back permanently starting last week.
Yep.
That's interesting. Good. Yeah, that's interesting. I think so. If you're looking, does your team need more floor, a higher floor, or a higher ceiling? Would you say?
See, this is what that's great. I need I have 4 tight ends.
Yeah.
And so I can afford to lose him, and he's a good trade piece. And I need some ceiling and just like more wide receiver depth. So.
Yeah. So I think that makes sense.
I
think that makes sense for a roster structure and also for higher ceiling, because I don't think Devonta Smith is going to put up 16 a game. He's going to put up, 4, 5, or 25, 30. Yeah. So I believe that. Yeah, if you already have the wide receiver or the tight end room filled, I think that probably makes sense. Yeah. Interesting. Awesome. And now you might be selling high because he is only 2 games in, and he just got his quarterback back. So you don't actually know how it's going to play out. I mean, it's probably a decent floor going forward, but you sell now and maybe something happens and he doesn't work out. Now you have a valuable asset in Devontae Smith.
The injury risk too. Yeah. That's a great point. And this is where we're at, everybody. This is what I'm excited to jump into everything. Is I don't want to be rooting against my same players that I'm rooting for, and all of this.
Yeah.
And how lucky are we? I'm not taking
it's
this.
a good problem to have, right? I got 4 teams, as in you probably got 4 teams heading into the playoffs, and you're like, out of 4. And you're like, but I wouldn't go out of your way to get cute in the last 3 weeks. That's just my opinion. That's
exactly.
But we are on a 5-game winning streak. Diabolical Dart.
I mean,
the sponsor of our intro is on we're on a 5-game winning. We were 2-4, and now we're 7-4. We're in 3rd spot. Probably one more win to clinch playoffs there. Yeah. And we could even fight for a bye week because those top 2 teams get a bye week. So it's very fun. It's a lot of fun. We got a lot of points. We're playing well. So that's fun to see. We have not had that yet, really, a sweat into the playoff picture in a while, if at all. And so this is a fun one to kind of text. And now it's getting a little bit complex. Who do we play? We got this weird super flex situation on our bench and trying to figure that out. So it's been a fun one. And 3 weeks to go in all these leagues, only 3 weeks to go in our 20th anniversary as well. it is getting down to crunch time. So.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna go over a couple things, especially the bubbles in the bye week bubble and the playoff bubble. The first thing I want to do is a little game, and this is gonna go. This is gonna be for Brady Gaga putting up 168 and Groovy Q putting up 161. We're gonna say, is it a fluke or puke?
I think it's about time. We needed another, addition to our segments. This is great. Fluke or puke.
Okay, so we'll start with Groovy Q because he does have a playoff picture. So we'll start with him. It is possible to make it. He beats Gangrene. Is this a fluke or a puke for Groovy Q moving forward?
I mean, with the way that I started this episode, it's like, no, this is. Wait, a fluke or a puke? Aren't they both? Did that just pass?
It's a semi joke. It's a semi joke. Well, we're gonna go with it. I'm gonna have you select one. But yes, they're basically. No, that would be worse than fluke.
All right, like it's the kind of fluke that you want. Like 50,
fluke's like a positive. Like fluke, like you got the 161. He did score 161.
And it worked. Yeah. And honestly, like it could last for Q with Josh Allen and McMillan, and those are two different trades too. It's not just the same trade in there. And then, man, Derrick Henry now that Lamar is back, and I would go fluke here in the best sense that there's going to be more flukes on coming his way. I dig it. What do you think? It's there's some heart in it too, like I appreciate the heart in it in his team. But watch out for this team.
I agree. What I think is we would not even be talking about him if he didn't make those trades. I mean, 3 different trades. He was active. He was out there. He scores 161 points. I don't think points are going to matter. To be honest, I don't know if he can catch anyone in front of him points wise.
Right.
But record wise, he could get there. He could finish 500 somehow. He's in the same position as I am in Coyote. So it's just funny to see him put up these points after 2 weeks of the trade. Tet, someone who I traded him, it scored 33 points. So I would have won last week with him. I would have won the week prior with the trade I did make. So 50-50, 101. Josh Allen, obviously, he wouldn't have had the 50 points if he never traded for him. So I think it's the activeness of Groovy Q, his engagement and his heart, like you said. So I really in the best way possible think it's a fluke as well. But I just he's going
to go into that good night.
Yeah, no, and he's not. In a couple other leagues, I think he sent a group chat in maybe 2 weeks ago that in another league he went 0-5, and then he went like 5 in a row, and he made 500. So he might be able to reach playoffs in that one as well. And then the other one, even more points somehow. I don't know if I even looked at this yet. Brady Gaga, 168 points, most likely out of the playoff picture. 3 more games would be 6 and 8. That would be probably unlikely, but. Do you think it's a fluke or puke for Brady Gaga?
Oh, this is a puke for me. I don't.
Here's your George Kittle too.
Yeah, right. And as you see, is 24 points. Like at 168. This is going to sound so harsh. We all have a birthday once. Once a year. We all have like that game. I mean, even I didn't win, but even in my 0-14 season, I had a game or two where it was like, oh, spike week.
Yeah.
No, I'm vomiting all over this one.
Yeah, no, I agree. And then the other way, on the other side of this matchup, we got Coyotes at 72 points. So we will, unfortunately, he was alive within our Survivor Royale, and we were kind of questioning that. Oh. We were also questioning Q. And he was eliminated. And now we have our newest elimination. Coyotes scores 72 points and has been eliminated. So maybe this is more, I don't know if this is the week or the team, but what do you think for Coyotes? Fluke or puke about him being in the playoff picture, but putting up 72 points and getting eliminated?
There's a lot to this. First of all, it still stings. I don't know if you feel this way, but stings to not be in Survivor this year. Yeah. And I can only imagine how it's feeling for Kyle right now. Yeah. Rough way to go. 72 is alarming.
I know. That's
95. Odd. Yeah, right. Like it's
Justin Herbert and Ladd had 8 points combined. I don't even know if I saw that until now.
Yeah, and Jamar Chase gets shut down and is now suspended for the next game.
Yeah, I
so
saw
that's
that.
going to be really, really tough for his team because he can't rely on A.J. Brown, who's been really streaky and actually just not consistent at all. This is a puke. This is another puke for me. I like this team. Like I've said, like don't sleep on them. But looking at it now and comparing it with you and Q, that's going to be tough. And the world of our league needs you to win this week. But what's crazy is that if you win, the champ gets knocked down one.
Right.
But then they also like Q needs you to lose and Kyle needs you to lose. And so it's this weird thing where you kind of have to keep getting that door open, more open for the rest of you guys. But I think Kyle, in that sense, like let's say you go and win, I think he starts slipping.
Yeah, I'm wondering who he plays. Pack Attack next week, so not the hardest. But who knows? He just put 72 points up, so you never know. Yeah. I play the champ, and who was else in that? Oh, Groovy Q and Uncle Buck. I mean that's a tough matchup to come into. Maybe he can put up a miracle. And there's one more that's a 4-7. Coyotes. Yeah, we said that. Okay. So and I played the champ. So the interesting thing is I could beat the champ this week and still be in 7th because of the points. So if he has more points than me, so he has 476, I have 424, so he's still up like 52 points. So if I don't beat him by 52, which is unlikely, I'm still in 7th. Wow. Yeah, so then I got 2 more games to try to get that last playoff spot, and then I play Jet Up, and then Ladies Love G-Men. So and then the champ plays me, and then he plays. Let's see. Groovy Q, and then he plays Benz the last week. Do you have a lot of bye week? Do you have like 94 projection on the last week? Do you have a lot of buys that week?
Drake May, yeah.
Oh no. Who's your backup?
Caleb Williams, which like I'll take matchup based.
Caleb Williams, fluke or puke?
Both at the same time for him. Yeah.
So those are some teams that I think are kind of on the edge. We talked about the 3 that are on 4-7 that is right outside the playoff picture. Let's save the best for last for the champ. So he played Ladies Love G-Men. He did get a win. So let's see if I can find that. 118 points and he won. Is this a fluke or a puke?
I mean, man, this is a rough one, but it's got to be puke. I can't I'm so sorry. Respectful. Like he just didn't deserve to win this game. And it's not even like a shot at his team. Like I thought his team should have done better, of course, but Sarah played well enough to come within 11 points to win and just couldn't pull it off. But man, did everybody need her to? I mean, Sarah needed her to win last week, like big time. And that I was watching that game as we went through, and I knew how bad it would be for Joe if he lost there, and that's why it was like I kind of wanted him to come out and just like come out swinging and just have a huge game if he was going to put himself back in the picture. And he snuck by here. He got a win, and that's all that matters. But I don't know. That's a tough one.
I think he would have lost to a bunch of teams this week too with 118 points. So he got a little bit lucky. I am also going to say puke. I should have done like a drop for this. It might have been a little weird, but I should have done a drop for the puke, every puke. But I agree. I think because of post trade too. I look at this team and I'm like, it's like a smorgasbord of mediocrity. You know what I mean? Like,
oh man, that's good.
I liked his team prior, but now it's like, like I know he had some bye week. I think he had some people on bye, but the person he traded for, well, he might have been on bye. But no, he only 12 points. So now he's playing the guy that was on the bench. A little odd. I'm going to go with puke. Also, I need him to start, really, really struggling and continuing to lose so that I sneak in there. But yeah, very interesting. 118 points would have lost to me. Uncle Buck, you, Pack Attack, Brady Gaga, Groovy Q. He would have beat Giants and Cowboys. So let's do Giants and Cowboys. Matt's out there listening. He's ready. He's anticipating this. Matt, you can kind of think to yourself, are we going to say fluke or puke? And here it is. So Jet Up loses to Giants and Cowboys with only 111 points. So every team I just mentioned would have beat DeChamp, would have also beat Giants and Cowboys, and somehow gets another win at 9-2. We've always said that he had a good team, but maybe a little bit of fool's gold. So do you think Giants and Cowboys going forward in this week is a fluke or a puke?
I just think smorgasbord of mediocrity could apply here too. Like,
Okay.
It's puke. This is a puke. Like, he is having the exact opposite season of you, if you think about it.
Yeah, literally.
The exact opposite. That's not to say his team is terrible. His team's not terrible. His team is having bad games at the exact right time. Every single time, almost every single time, if not every. So he really got away with one here. And like, it doesn't really matter, I guess, because yes, his points are crazy low, but he'll be square in the picture as we go forward because he keeps winning. He keeps finding a way.
Yeah, except if he ties you. So if it's like the three of you guys and you tie in record, you're gonna take the bye.
Yeah.
So the points matter. The points matter. I think it's gonna sneak up and get him eventually. I don't know when. But I do think, and that's obvious to say, it's like, saying, oh, I don't think he's gonna win the championship. 11 teams aren't gonna win the championship. So I get that. But it's also like, I don't know. It's just going to sneak up, and I think it's going to hurt eventually. And we're still dealing with some buys. So again, I don't know his whole situation, but we have some buys. Who in the world is Ordonde Gatson? Oh, that's a tight end. I've never seen his first name. I've always heard Gatson. Okay, Gatson, sorry. Yeah. I was really offended by that flex play. I was really upset. Okay, so yeah. So what did you select, or did you opt out, or? You said, what did you say? Puke.
I did say puke. I still gave him the credit of like, he's going to be a fixture, and because if he meets you in the playoffs, let's say you make it in, I think he's a goner just because he's going to finally have that game, and you're going to finally have that game, and it's going to flip.
Yeah, true.
But if he meets somebody else, like maybe he keeps getting lucky in this way, and I think it'd be hard for him to make it the full way. But it's a puke right now.
Okay, I'll say fluke for almost the same reasons as in, like, I think he's a better team than this, So it's kind of a fluke that he had 111 points. Not to say he's going to score 168 like the real puker, but I think that this is kind of a fluke. I think he's and again, he got lucky. He played a team with less points. That's great. He gets a win. But I do think that his team is probably better than this 111 points shows on a consistent basis throughout the season. So just wanted to go over some of those just for fun. Let me go back to the main page. We have some win streaks too. So just like our diabolical dart with a 5-game win streak, Uncle Buck is on a 5-game win streak. So he is showing out. He is playing strong, and he did not go down this past week against me. He's on a 5-game winning streak. Giants and Cowboys, the same team that we just said. Is he a fluke or puke? Doesn't really matter if you're on a 4-game winning streak. So he's 9-2 on a 4-game winning streak. And then the only other streak is you with a 2-game winning streak. So 3 games to go. We got some teams on winning streaks that are in the playoffs, and we got some teams that are just winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, staying around that playoff spot for the 6th place bubble. And I'm interested to see who we select for that bubble. So let's get into that let's start with the bubble for the playoffs, and then we'll move to the actual bye week bubble. First, for the playoffs, we have the 4 teams. Let's stick with DeChamp, the Godfather, Coyotes, and Groovy Q. Let's just cut to the chase and say, end of week 14, end of the regular season, who's in the playoffs at the number 6 spot?
It's so hard. But the way things have been going, it's going to be you.
Come on, I hope.
We did say that points may not matter so much, but actually, as we're talking, I was for Q. But as we're talking about this, I'm like, okay, so you get this win here. Now all of you guys are 5-7. Let's say Q gets a win too. Now he needs to fight even harder than you would, because you might catch up a little bit, at least a little bit. And he's way, way behind here. He's 1,284 to your 1,424.
Yeah.
And so if he wins out, maybe it's just going to be really hard. On the other side of things, DeChamp has been on a skid, and you're sitting right there, just like,
come on.
Yeah, like ready, a puppy at the dinner table, ready for a little scrap. And he's just gotta He's just good. This you couldn't have a better setup. You had Sean last week, and you should have beat him. Like you almost
8
had him. I'm
points.
so mad. And then you have Joe this week. Like the fantasy gods are working in your favor to get you in here.
The reason I agree with that is because I keep telling myself, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make the playoffs, and then I lose and I'm like, nah, I can't make the playoffs anymore. And then I look, I'm like, no, I can still make the playoffs. And then like last week, especially, I'm like, all right, I gotta win this. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to make the playoffs. If I lose here, I lose, and I'm like, well, no, I mean, technically, I can still win the play or make the playoffs. So yeah, it's just interesting. I think it's only, like, to your point with the points, I think it's only really going to be DeChamp or the Godfather. Basically, we're saying if we were to pick Coyotes or Groovy Q to make the playoffs, that would be saying that they're above us in record of DeChamp and the Godfather. So if they're tied, they're automatically not going to be in that spot because of the points. So they would have to be above both DeChamp and the Godfather in record. I think mathematically it's probably possible, but the more likelihood is, like, if they tie, well, they're automatically out. So if they're not at the record, better, or if they tied, they're out. So it's less likely. So I'm going to say it's one of us. I would love for it to be me, but it's got to be the Champ or the Godfather. That would be my guess. And this is going to determine a lot this week. That will really, really help playing him. And then I got 2 games after that, Jet Up. And then that last game, it didn't seem too crazy. No, we're playing the Champ here, but 2 more games after this, and
ladies love G-Man.
Ladies love G-Man, so not a crazy game there. Gotta do it. Gotta get a win here. And especially, actually, now that I think of it, with a loss, wouldn't that make it even extra unlikely for me to get it? Like almost impossible, because now he's up 2 games with two weeks to go. And so if perfect run out, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if I lose, I'm down 2 games with 2 games to go. So I can always tie his record, but he does have more points than me. I guess, I could make more points over the next few weeks, but I got to get a win here. If I want that to happen, it's got to happen now.
I just got butterflies. Like, this is the best. It's like, oh, but what if over the next 3 weeks, you could get 20 more points than him, 20 more points than him, 20 more points than him, and all of a sudden be in the lead with that.
The cool thing about podcasting this with you too is, like, you're on the other spectrum. You're clinched to playoffs. I'm like fighting for the playoff spot. So it's kind of cool to have both perspectives on the same show.
Yeah.
And moving to that, and talking about you, Giants and Cowboys and Uncle Buck, will stick with just those 3 out the end of week 14, end of regular season, for the bye week bubble. Who is going to be, let's say, out of that bubble? So who's going to be bubbled, and who's going to be getting those buys at the end of the regular season, in your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, just again, to be consistent, I'm trying to be a better analyst year after year. Just kidding. But I'm trying to have, like, at least some backed calls here, and I think it's gonna be me and Sean.
Ooh, okay.
Because the points with with Giants and Cowboys, as soon as I can get him to lose 1 game, and I get a W, which is very possible this week. And I say very possible. I don't mean like I'm going to crush Gangrene, but it's a pretty even matchup. We both have pretty solid teams. He's not looking like he's like killed by the injury, but actually no, Drake London is out for him, so advantage Ben's on that, just because he's been dominant, and that's been his best wide receiver.
Okay.
So if I get the win over Gangrene here, and I can just hope that Giants and Cowboys gets a loss, that's all I need, right? And then if I win out,
are you worried about his baby powder rest of schedule?
Yeah, I am. But again, everyone has that boom week. Every team, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. He just scored 168 points. Brady Gaga. That's true.
Perfect timing, right? Maybe he doesn't do it again, but maybe Giants and Cowboys has that bad of an egg, like a dud, and I can just get the same record as him. A nice 9-3 would be solid, and Sean could win out. Honestly, like Sean could just finish the season.
Well, no, he plays you. So you don't want him to do that. But also, so that's making me think. Now I'm pulling up the schedule. I'm seeing you guys play each other the 13th week.
What a game.
So that could be the decider of that bye week bubble.
What a game. Yeah, because he could knock me back down, right?
Right.
And give Matt the chance to come back up. So
Yep. So that is going to be a big one. That is going to be a big one. And then obviously there's a champ, and your last week will be big for you if you're still in that bye week bubble spot. And then it's also going to be big for him if he's in that playoff spot. So a lot of drama coming down to the last 3 weeks. I'll probably let one more week go by, the week 12, and then I'll do my famous playoff bubble situations, and we'll have all the different options with 2 weeks to go to see what could happen. But very exciting time with 3 weeks to go. So that's here it is. We're heading towards the end, and we got some interesting drama, which I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
So we have still the same 6 teams as we always had. So again, we've talked a lot about that 6th spot and being taken, but not yet. So I think since a couple weeks before the way too early playoff bracket, so I want to say like week 3 or 4, honestly, it was the same 6 teams, and we made that call. It is still that same 6 teams, and we're hoping that I get in there, but it's not been the case. So that's been an interesting separation of the league, where we have the top 6 and bottom 6 of the same over the last almost 10 weeks or so, or I'm sorry, 8 weeks or so. So that's interesting.
I think you were the one who said,
yeah,
you think the top 6 would remain the same, and I actually think I said it wouldn't. I thought
right.
That was when I think Sarah sent a text in and was like, I think it's going to shake up. And I agreed with her. I thought something has to shake up here, and it just hasn't. But at the bottom here, at the 6th spot, it's been like it's been the rumbles of change have been coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Something I didn't mention that I want to do real quick is alive still for the Survivor Royale is Uncle Buck, the champ, and Gangrene. So I think we made that call like 3 weeks ago or so. Like there was about 6 left, and we were like probably going to come down to Buck and the champ, and then possibly Gangrene. He got away with scoring 91 points last week and still making it in Survivor on week 12 or 11 or whatever. So I mean, there was only 4 left, and he still was able to make it through with 91 points. It is him, Gangrene, the champ, and Uncle Buck remaining for Survivor Royale, the $360 pot. What else did I want to say? Oh, another quick question for you heading into the playoffs. 3 weeks to go. Do you remember what our playoff intro song is?
Let's get it started.
Okay. All right. Just check. That was an obvious one.
No,
I've been waiting for it. I've been playing our intro. I'm like, I'm ready for the playoff intro. I'm like, I wonder if Ben remembers what song it is.
I mean, it mattered to me for 3 straight weeks. Yeah. No, it's everything to me.
Oh yeah, can't wait. Heading into next week, we'll look at next week's games. The matchup of the week for Yahoo and myself is going to be Ben's and Gangrene. So we have a 3rd and 4th place matchup. I'll bring that up on the screen real quick. And what do you think? Obviously, you're going to choose yourself, but how do you feel going into this game against Gangrene?
I feel pretty good about this week. I got to figure out a couple of questions. Does Sean Tucker go bananas again because Bucky Irving is still not out there playing? Hopefully. I don't know, though. If he's out there, then all of a sudden my little like secret weapon gets taken away. And Darius Slayton, I don't think he's going to play. It's really not looking like he's going to play. So who do I put in there? On the other side, I do think I have the advantage, not just because of one player, but because of like the importance of that player. And I think Drake London makes that big of a difference. Can I survive the absolute wrath of Jonathan Taylor?
Who's he playing? Kansas City?
Yeah, which is, they're pretty good defense. And so hopefully now for my other teams, I need him to go off. So I'm hoping for a nice 40-pointer from Jonathan Taylor and just a bunch of duds from everybody else.
Yeah. And he's put up those games, and some of those games he wins, and some of those games he loses. So that could be. I wouldn't be rooting for 40 points though. That might be a rough. But this is a great game. I mean, means a lot to you. Means a lot to Gangrene too. To put himself in a position to get a bye week. I'm interested to see what happens. 3rd place Benz takes on 4th place Gangrene. I'm going to say you keep winning. I'm going to say you get another W. You head in at 9-3. Your team is looking good. Drake May is playing well. JSN. Who are you going to start again on the week 14 on your bye? Oh, Caleb Williams.
Probably Caleb Williams, but
how do you feel about your bench going into the playoffs? I mean, you're going to make playoffs, most likely top 3. What do you think about your bench heading into the playoffs?
I don't think very highly of them at all. I
Do you
think
get back Hampton? Is that a thing?
he'll come back. What's worrying me though
Do you
is
trust
when,
him? Yeah.
right? Like it might be playoffs. And yeah, like their offensive line is just decimated. So that's why Herbert did so poorly.
Okay.
And so I'm worried about if he's going to be valuable when he comes back. I'm still holding out hope for out of nowhere, Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt becomes what they thought he was going to be, which
Yeah.
does kind of happen, especially in a season that's lost for Washington
And for rookies.
and for rookies. And that's why I'm holding out hope for Matthew Golden as well. If you
Yeah.
all think I'm dropping those two, I am not, unless I'm desperate. But
Landmines or whatever they call them, grenades.
yeah, right. Like I heard, I didn't like know this myself, but I heard rookie wide receivers, right? They sometimes have this big, just like breaking out in the last couple games of the season, and I'll take it. I will definitely take it. So hope for that. Otherwise, no, I am not confident in my bench.
Yeah, no, I know. I felt that way in a couple of my teams last year going into playoffs. I think maybe one or two of them did end up winning, but it's like, what if something happens? We still have three. When you enter the playoffs, you still have 3 games to play, to win it all, and a lot can happen over 3 weeks, as we know. So big week ahead of us. Benz and Gangrene for the game of the week, and a couple big matchups. Godfather and Champ, which is a huge game when it comes to that playoff bubble. Let's see, Uncle Buck and Groovy Q, Jet Up and Ladies Love G-Man, Pack Attack and Coyotes. Anything could happen. Giants and Cowboys plays Brady Gaga, who just put up 168 points. Anything could happen. So 3 weeks left. Anything else you want to get off for week 12 before we get off of here?
Well, I thought last week might have been the biggest week in a way, right? In different ways. Like, can those bubble 6th place teams push in here in week 11? This week feels even bigger.
Yeah, it really
And
does.
then, of course, the last 2 feel just massive. But I did notice that Sean and I are playing when I'm going to be up there for Thanksgiving. So,
Ooh,
and he has Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes on Thanksgiving Day. So,
ooh, I like that.
I'm hoping for a nice big goose egg from those guys, just
Nice.
right in front of the whole family. So that'd be huge. That'd be huge. For
That's
me.
good. That's good. How many games we got? 3, like normal, on Thanksgiving?
Yep. And I actually don't have any players in them, but he does have. Some
Okay.
games.
All right. Big week ahead of us. A big 3 weeks in front of us. And you like we said last episode, you want to be happy when you're eating that turkey. You know what I mean? When you're eating that turkey, you want to see, a win on the scoreboard and a bye heading into the playoffs for the 20th anniversary, and that is an expectation of Ben's. So it's been a journey on this podcast from the first year of 0-14 to the 20th anniversary of 9 and possible 9-3 heading into the last 2 weeks. So really big game for you this week as well as me. So good luck out there in your other fantasy leagues. Let's get a 6-game winning streak with Diabolical Dart. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Good luck, everybody.